Hi, it is Wendy from Tai Chi The Way of Life. I know I'm in a funny position. I'm just squatting down and thinking what video I should make for you. Yes, I've got another cancellation. Homes are still locked down, so I've got this free time. And I thought, I'll make you a video. But before I carry on, and if you already read the writing for this video, then you would know that I was talking about criticism. Okay, so yes, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be much appreciated. So all you need to do is click on the word subscribed just directly below this video. Right, so what you could, so I'm making these videos because it is something I'm experimenting on, and how I could use the principle of Tai Chi in other things. That's what I've been looking at for a while, since the summer. So I've been trying different things and see how I could incorporate principle of Tai Chi in other things, and this is one of the things I do. So I do play with the barbell. So I'm going to just video myself in doing a lift, which many of you would have seen and know about. So I've been thinking about, one of the things that with Tai Chi is this yin and yang, and you want, so if energy is going up, energy needs to go down at the same time. If energy is going forward, then energy needs to go backward at the same time. So you've got your yin and your yang. So this particular movement got me thinking that, isn't that what this is doing? Okay, so I'm going to turn this around because I'm going to do it here. Now that I'm recording this, perhaps I'm not going to be able to do it. Right, so here we go. Hope you can see. So I've come down, my bar's gone up. I'm going to change, see whether you can see a little bit better. Move this back a little bit. So I've come down, the bar's gone up at the same time. I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to do one more for luck. I'm going to have a sit down as my rest. So I don't know whether you did manage to see that. So instead of, which I'm going to do, instead of lifting the bar up over my head using my shoulder and pushing it up, basically I'm using the rest of my body to do it. And then I actually dropped beneath the bar, so that I actually didn't have to lift the bar. So keep that idea in your head, and then I'm going to do kind of exactly the same movement, but this time I'm going to do I have to do it separately. I could squat and then push the bar above my head, but I'm not sure whether I could do that, and don't know whether I'm very much out of practice with this particular kind of lifting. So now I can, of course, lift the bar above my head. Oh, this is not going to work, right? I know I'm going to have to put this up high so you can see. So I'm going to, this is too high now, probably is. Okay, so I'm going to actually lift the bar above my head, but I would have to. So that's another way to do it. So I'm here, so I have to physically use my shoulder to lift the bar above my head. So I'm using my shoulder, I'm just moving my arm to get the bar above my head. So I'm literally moving my shoulder. Does that, you see the difference? So shall I do the other lift? Just to get you understand what I'm trying to do. So this time I am still going to get the bar above my head, but rather than moving my shoulder, I'm using the rest of my body to do it. So I'm not physically doing this with my arm, okay, if that makes sense to you. So let's try again. So I'm not, I know it's quite fast, so it's the rest of me that's done that, but of course a lot of things is happening for it to happen. So now I don't need to move my shoulder or push with my shoulder. Watch again. I'm using the rest of me to get the bar above my head. Right. I hope I've kind of explained myself clear, or I've made it a bit confusing. So what am I trying to say? So if I was to now do my Tai Chi, actually I'm not going to do Tai Chi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my arm. So I could move my arm in a circle, moving my arm in a circle with my shoulder like this. So I'm moving it, my arm, using my shoulder. But I could do the same movement, but not turning it from my shoulder. Right, so can I get you to see it? I'm gonna have to take this back a bit so you can see. Right. So I'm gonna turn my arm, right? I'm gonna turn my arm like this, but this time I'm not gonna use my shoulder. So I'm turning my arm, but I am not using my shoulder. Alright, so that's what you're supposed to do in Tai Chi, this is what I think. And that's, so I also did exactly the same movement, but not actually turning my shoulder. I don't know whether you can see that, but I didn't. And you think, of course you did. I didn't. It was different. If I turn with my shoulder, it's very, very different from what I just did there. I don't know whether I could do it kneeling down. Perhaps. I don't know. Never tried. Well, I can. So, oh, well, that's good news. I didn't know I could do that kneeling down. So I could do it kneeling down as well. But I am not doing this. I'm not turning. I'm not driving from my shoulder. Somewhere else is driving. And you can guess where it's driving that same movement. So if I was to take it further, and that's where the fluidity of Tai Chi comes in, is that you connect. So the idea is you connect your body, and you're not separating them. And that and one of the ways to connect your body is that you need to connect to earth, which is rooting. So when you have successfully rooted to the ground, then the rest of your body is connected together and also being rooted to the ground. And that's when you can generate power and speed, actually. So it was a lot faster when I didn't. My arm can swing around faster when I didn't drive from my shoulder, but I was connecting to the rest of me. And so that lift was, I mean, last time I was talking about rooting as a principle. I think in the last pause I was talking about being rooted as a principle of one of Tai Chi principle that could be beneficial to other martial art. So today I'm actually talking about other stuff. Very similar principles are being applied. I mean, with that barbell lift, something comes down, something went up. It was actually a much nicer, much satisfying lift when I did that, rather than just pushing from my shoulder. Of course, two things are very, very different, but I hope I've made the point about, yes, so both I achieved the same thing. Well, on the outside, I achieved the same thing in lifting the bar above my head, but done quite differently. The result of those, of course, is very, very different. If I was pushing from my arm, I'm just basically just training my shoulders, but the other one was a whole body workout. And with Tai Chi, I would put Tai Chi in that category, in that it's a whole, you involve the entire body. It's not just stepping with your legs and then your arms separately. It really isn't. And the more I'm doing, practicing, the more I'm looking into it and experimenting and learning. It's a whole body workout, just like that barbell lift that I did, that Olympic weight lift that I did just now. Okay, so again, it is Wendy from Tai Chi, The Way of Life, and it's good to make this video. It's quite fun, and I hope you've enjoyed it and got something out of it. Feel free to discuss among yourselves, or put forward your ideas, what you have discovered yourself with the principle of Tai Chi. So have a lovely day, and see you next time. Wendy from Tai Chi, The Way of Life. Do please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe directly below this video. And if you want notification, please also click on the bell. All right, thank you, and bye for now, and God bless.